What up, y'all? Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 all remastered here for us to play, and man, I'm so excited for it. I've been hyped ever since they announced it. I grew up with the first PlayStation. The first PlayStation was my first official console. My older brother had original Nintendo, so I did play those original classic games from back then. Absolutely huge impact on the gaming industry. I mean, it was a cultural phenomenon with the PlayStation being such a huge hit and Tomb Raider being one of those iconic staples of the PlayStation. There's so much to say. There's so much that's already been said, but if you know, you know. If you were there for that impact, it was like there was no gaming icon more impactful at that time, at that moment in time, even more than Super Mario, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. I mean, it was cultural. It was cultural. So I was about 6 or 7 when the first game came out. So it was one of the first games I ever owned for the PlayStation, and it was just, I mean, gameplay design for this series influenced so many titles today. Climbing and traversing landscapes and how you moved throughout these 3D lands was all thanks to Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was one of those first games that really showed how 3D design was really the next wave of gaming, level of gaming that we never saw before. The graphics for this series was so groundbreaking. I mean, I remember even as a child looking at these graphics going from Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario World, and seeing these 3D elements, even with Super Mario 64 alongside of it. Both of them were just huge as far as 3D games. I mean, but the level of the PlayStation graphics for the Tomb Raider was like, it was just like you never saw graphics like this before. It was just like, wow, like look where we're at in gaming. This was like what realistic gaming was back then. The graphics here and the game design have influenced every aspect of gaming. I mean, it's undeniable. I mean, without Tomb Raider, you wouldn't have so many games, so many action adventure games were spawned just based off the creation of these series, how they've been able to impact 3D gaming. You have games like Tomb Raider and Super Mario 64, and so many of these games, we owe every aspect of 3D gaming to these titles, and it's amazing to see them back. The graphics look so fantastic with the updated version, but even the original version of the graphics looks so good. They've aged so well. It's exactly how I remember it, and the nostalgia here is just so strong. It just takes me back to those early years of 3D gaming. You know, first generation, really, the first generation of 3D games. I mean, without these games, we just wouldn't it wouldn't be the same. Especially Tomb Raider 2 in particular. That one I played the most. That one is the one in my opinion, like I feel like Tomb Raider 2 was the one where they really got it down pat solid, the gameplay, the style, but it's just amazing to have all three of these games remastered. It's exactly the same, just updated graphics. If you didn't really play those original ones, you didn't grow up playing them, you know, you kind of have to put yourself back in the 90s to really understand, you know, how to really get through these games. So much exploration. These titles really got me into exploration games. I mean, these were some of the first real action adventure exploration games. So there's so much here, so much I'd love to say. These Tomb Raider games are iconic for a reason. They've really stood the test of time. So I do think they're very good. Definitely recommend it. I love these games. I'm glad to have them back. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Please hit that like button for me, guys. I really appreciate it. Go ahead, subscribe if you're new. Stick around, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Later.